That's the next day, guys. I'm gonna, before I even take a look for additional damage under the hood, I'm gonna run down, and the lady yesterday on the phone said my plate might be here today, so I'm gonna go check it real quick, and then I'll check for additional damage under the hood. But this thing's been running so bad, it actually is running how it did when I put the carburetor back in the last time. So I'm thinking I might dig into that again. I don't know, let's see if she wants to even run. It is idling just terribly. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm sure I didn't help it by trying to think if that could have jacked up the timing last night when I had that breaker bar on the crank bolt. And I don't think it would, because even if it tried to stop the crank, everything else runs off the crank. So it would just, if you stop the crank, it stops everything else. I could be wrong thinking that way, but that's my logic anyways. I mean, at least it's holding idle good. It's kind of vibrating, but I don't think I did any damage, thankfully. Whoa. Just trying to get her in the shade here. Alright, we should be good. Shutting her down. See what I did last night. See if it's holding on okay. If I can get my camera under there. Yeah, that looks good. It's just the EGR valve, so. Well, we already went through the timing. Let's see, last night when I was watching the video after the fact, it really looked like there was a chunk either taken out of the belt or the pulley. Oh, you know what though? I think maybe because it was dark, I think I was seeing that bolt right there probably. Oh, well that's a relief, because I don't see any damage to the pulley. And I just checked the belt. Yeah, I'll check underneath, but I don't see any issues there. Trying to think what that bolt, or that, because if it was on the crank bolt right here, and it was like over here, I don't know which way the engine spins, if it goes clockwise or counterclockwise, but let's see if that nut is all destroyed. It doesn't even look that stripped out, does it? I can't really see what my phone's picking up, but it doesn't look that bad. But I don't see any damage to, like, you would think it would have smacked the paint or that plastic thing down there. The only damage I really saw was on one of these fan blades. That one right there. And I do have part of that piece. If I can find the other ones, I'll glue it back in, but I don't know. I think I got really lucky there. I'm a little worried about all this dust blowing in my eyes, but hopefully I put my glasses on and it won't be too bad. I gotta go pick up a pizza. That's my celebration to myself for 1,000 subscribers. And thank you again, everybody, for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah. So now maybe I'll make a couple bucks a month, and I still gotta put all this stuff back on. Okay, let's try not to run over the drill. And see how she runs on the way down there. Alright guys, place your bets. Is she gonna run? Come on, baby. Sounds pretty crappy. I guess we'll see. to the pizza place. This place has the best pizza. So good. On the road again. Just can't wait to get back on the road again. A Tesla. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I almost can't wait. It smells so freaking good. Alright, made it home. I don't know. Guess it runs like it always did. I mean, lately. So this is where I went to check the mail and it started acting all erratic and died, and then I had to push it home. Well, I went down to check the mail and couldn't get it started again. So it sounds like it's not getting fuel. I pushed it up to here, almost pushed it up the sidewalk, and then I fell down. So it is stuck halfway up the driveway. So I'm on the phone with my dad. He was saying, just put it in first and crank it. So that's what I'm going to try to do right now. Let's see if it works. I think I might be missing a couple teeth on the flywheel, so we will see what happens right here. Okay, here goes nothing. Forgot about the clutch safety. It won't crank with the clutch pushed in. Scrap that idea. That was my first push. I was completely wiped out. It's 110 out there right now. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one where I fall down while I'm trying to get over the hump. I'm building up some steam. Hopefully you can see me fall down. I guess not. Anyway, I did fall. I'm gonna just yank the e-brake. Backing her up for the final attempt. But what I failed to do here was I didn't put the key in the ignition to unlock the steering lock. Okay, I'll try to hold really still. I figured if I could get it in the garage, I could work on it in the shade. But it was kind of going toward the corner of the house, so I had to really yank it, and then I heard a pop. Yay, she's inside. Is that a fishy? Oh, dude. He's gonna knock it off the counter. Well, I got an email at 2:24 this morning saying my taillights showed up from ShipRocket, and I guess they did, but they were in the mailbox. I don't know how they had a key to our mailbox, but okay, I'm emptying this so I can go out there and put the fuel line in here and crank it and see if I'm getting fuel to the carburetor. You know, I'd like to do the restoration, but this thing keeps throwing curveballs at me, and now it doesn't want to run, so that takes priority over cosmetic issues. So I guess we'll see here. Well, I didn't get any of that recording because I was on the phone with my dad, but I got stranded down the street. I went to go check the mail. Still no plate. But anyways, it died when it was idling in front of the mailbox because I just pull the key out of the ignition and leave it running. So it freaking died and I couldn't get it to restart. It felt like fuel starvation, and I ended up having to push the damn thing home. And then when I was trying to push it up into the driveway, I fell down and it rolled back, and then on my, so I was out of breath, so I cooled off for a minute. on my second attempt, I was going to crash into the deal right there. I didn't have the key in the ignition and the steering wheel was locked, and I already had so much momentum going. I pulled really hard, you know, because I had my left hand here, my right hand on the steering wheel, and I'm trying to push it to the right to not crash into the house, and I guess I pushed it so hard I felt it pop, and then it made it in here. It like did a good job. It's like pretty centered actually, but I hope I didn't break the steering wheel lock. It moved over enough for me to get in, but then it, okay, so yeah, so maybe it just skipped a tooth, or I don't know how that lock works, but anyway, or maybe it, yeah, it's locked now, so, or maybe I broke it to the right but not to the left. I don't know. Anyways, I was able to get it in here without crashing into the house, but now I need to check. I just emptied this water bottle. My idea is I want to know if I'm getting fuel to the carb, so I'll probably undo this fuel line. Damn, it doesn't look like it's long enough, but I was going to put it in this and then crank it and record it and see if it's, you know, pulsing fuel. It's a mechanical fuel pump right here, so as it cranks, it should be spitting fuel. You know, if I'm not getting fuel into here, then it could be a pump issue or a clogged. I don't think it has a fuel filter. I think down by the tank it has like a sediment bowl, and then inside here there is a little screen filter, but that was just replaced. I don't see any way how that could be bad already. But if I am getting fuel to the carb, then I'll rip it back apart and we'll see if there's any fuel in the bowl, and if, you know, just kind of go from there. So anyway, that's what I'm going to try to do, but I don't know how I might have to pull this fuel line back and get it over here or something. So, but I'll record it so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so the fuel line, I don't know if you can see it, it's right here inside the bottle. So it's right there, if you guys can see it. Alright, I'm going to go crank it and see what happens. Oh wow, yeah, so she's pumping fuel. Don't even need to watch the playback. Alright, well I'm gonna go dump that back in the tank, I think. Okay, well hopefully there wasn't too much water still in this bottle. It's got a leak past that little door. Alright, well, guess that's good and bad. That means the fuel pump's good, but we got issues with the carburetor again. Well, I'm a little stumped because you guys just saw the fuel line was disconnected and it was pumping into a water bottle. So it was, that whole time it was running off its own fuel. I half expected that there would be no fuel in the bowl. I wasn't even expecting it to actually run when I cranked it a minute ago. I was just going to crank it and then watch the video and see if it spit fuel in the water bottle. But now that it's got fuel in the bowl, it's like, why isn't it getting from the bowl into the cylinders? And if you look down there, when I blip the throttle, it squirts plenty of fuel in there. So it's got to be something with like an idle jet or something like that. I did change that brass piece out yesterday when I was in it. It looks identical to the other one. I guess I'm going to throw the old one back in, and maybe that'll make some kind of difference. But I blew through all these ports yesterday. There is one, this guy right here has a slot, so you would think it would be threaded. It's not. I'm gonna pull that out. I guess Weber put that in there as like a clean out or something, but I don't know if I ever sprayed any carb cleaner in the hole that thing blocks off. So I'm gonna probably do that, see if it comes out anywhere here. Change that piece in the bottom. Other than that, I don't really know. That's the only thing I changed yesterday other than cleaning everything out. So I'll put that back, and I don't know. I was reading online, these carburetors have a lot of the same issues that, or I should say a lot of the people in the comments on these. Sorry about that, my phone overheated and stopped recording. What I was saying is that a lot of people in these forums that have this Weber 32/36 carburetor have idle issues where it idles rough, or it'll idle at like 400 or 500, then jump to 800 or 900. They have a lot of cold, I guess, cold start issues, and some are issues even when they're warmed up. But you know, when I got this thing, I never had any of these issues, so I'm just trying to get it back to where it runs good like it did. I don't know what the hell changed, but this is like I think a idle jet. I had that out yesterday, and underneath these two there's some jet deals, but I don't know. I had those two out yesterday. I guess I'll just change this guy back. There's like no difference between that and the one I don't know. Anyway, and then I'm gonna do the thing where I said I'm gonna squirt some schmutz in there, so let me do that. So another thing that I was reading in a forum, because I remember wondering what this thing was. It's hard to focus on it, but it has a flat slot for a flathead screwdriver, but the other end is just brass. It's like it gets pressed in, and that, I guess from what I read, is just for like a clean out. And that is that hole right there in the middle of the screen, and I sprayed some carb cleaner in that, and it did shoot out right into middle, so it's not clogged. So I'm gonna put that guy back. Okay, and then I don't know, I guess in there that's an idle jet, but I can't see anything in there. Huh. I don't know. There's another one on the other side, a smaller one. I'll pull that back out too, that one right there. I'll pull that guy out and spray stuff in there, and then I'll change the deal on the bottom here. But other than that, I'm at a loss. Alright guys, when I was spraying out these holes where the jets go in, I put my rag around it so I wouldn't get the carb cleaner on my paint. But when I squeezed it, I felt like a pop. And then after I felt that pop, I saw the carb cleaner spraying into this primary chamber here. So other than that, I don't really have any good news, but I did change out that little power valve piece in the very bottom. So I'm going to try to start it and we'll see what she does. still not running, so I don't know what the hell the issue is, but I'll keep digging. Hey guys, it's been a couple hours. I went inside. It was like 110 out here, and I don't know what it is in the garage right now, but I still got, that's what we're looking at. I'm debating on taking the whole carburetor off just so I can get to whatever ports and stuff are underneath. And I guess I could check spark real quick. To me it sure seems like it's out of fuel, but it's not. I mean, there's fuel in the bowl. There's, if I move the throttle, you can see it squirting in there. Can you guys see that? So that's all fine and dandy, but that's not idle. So it has to be something in the idle circuit or something. But I guess if I wasn't getting spark, I don't know. It just, to me, it seems like it's getting spark, just no fuel. But I don't know. I might check spark. I don't know why she's being so damn cantankerous. But maybe if I give her some, whoops. Maybe if I give her some new lenses in the rear, she'll be happy and then she'll want to work. So I think I'm going to do that real quick. See, these old ones are kind of crappy. I remember the very first video where I brought this thing home. This was, I think, almost like a clearish color, so that's red spray paint. But it's been working this whole time, and you couldn't really tell a big difference between that one and that one when you push the brakes. But like, I'll set the camera up and I'll go push the brakes, and you guys tell me what you think. Okay, hitting the brakes now. Not too bad, is it? Wow, up close that makes a huge difference. Not really so much on camera, but these were pretty nasty. Anyways, let me push the brake now and see if it looks any better. Wow, when I push the brake, look what the dome light does. This battery's basically dead. I need to put it on a charger. Damn, that sucks. I just found my little spark plug tester. I don't know if it's ever actually worked. I bought it off the TikTok shop, and you can tell it's pretty much a piece of crap, but like if you look at the the way they soldered that and stuff. I assume this bulb works. I don't know what happens when you throw 30,000 volts through it, but they probably just put a 12 volt bulb in there. Alright, I'm gonna try it real quick. I think you just pull your plug off and put that in line with it. So, I'll turn the light off and set the camera where you guys can see it. Alrighty. I probably don't have a lot of juice in the battery, so I'll try it. But let me know if you see spark or light. Oh, damn, no wonder the battery's dead. I left the key on. Yeah. Key's down this whole time. That's not good. Well, we're gonna have to wait a little bit. So while I'm waiting for the battery to charge, I got my little piece of steel out here. I traced this out, pretty crappy, but I traced that out the other night. That's the base of the EGR valve. So I think I might try to cut this out to make a block off plate for it. So I'm gonna cut that real quick. Alright, I had the battery charger on this thing, but that's going to take way too long to do our little spark test, so I'm just going to hook some jumper cables to her. I'm not sure what's going to happen to the carburetor cranking it over without the top of the carburetor on, but I guess we're going to find out. Hopefully nothing bad. Here, you good? Hope so. Alright. Okay, I'm going to aim you guys back at the little spark tester thing. And like I said, I don't even know if the spark tester works. I've never used it before, so it is right here. But I'm going to turn the light off. So, okay, here we go. Attempt number 2. I can see it maybe. Okay. We're getting spark. Hopefully you guys saw that. I saw something come out of the carburetor. I'm going to play the video back and see what that was. Well, knowing that we're getting spark, I don't really see any reason why not to pull off the carburetor again. I know where we're going to be led there anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just rip it off. Did it do it? No. Alright guys, I'm not even sure where I left off with this darn thing. Currently I have the battery here hooked to my Jeep battery and I'm charging it. I was cranking this a little bit ago. I got the carburetor back on. I did change out the floats. I was talking to my dad and he said he heard somewhere you're supposed to do that if it comes in the kit. So change the floats, just cleaned everything out, put the original power valve thing back in that I had put in yesterday, and yeah, it still won't run. So unless I'm losing my freaking mind, I could have sworn earlier, and you guys probably saw it, I'm sure I'll include it in this video, could have sworn that little tester thingy that I plugged in here, it lit up when I cranked it. And I was getting spark, and I was like, okay, there's no chance it's anything other than fuel. Now I'm not getting spark. If you saw the last video, I had this like touching ground over here and it was sparking, and now it does not. So as you can see, I have a little bit of white tape right here. Spark is actually jumping out of here. I think this might be cracked. I'm gonna pull this back off here and show you guys what I'm talking about, but yeah, I think I might have a bad coil now on top of the carburetor that just gave up on life earlier today. So anyway, let me get this tape off. I'll show you guys. Now I'm going to try to get a really close-up shot. Hopefully I can watch that and see where this is coming from, because this is with the boot on, but with the boot off, it actually looks to me like there's a crack going across. Let me try to zoom in on there. Do you guys see that crack? Alright, after watching that, I think I want to see it from this angle, because I still can't tell where the spark is coming from. Yeah, I didn't have the boot plugged in on that last one, so I'm going to do this one more time. Yeah, so unfortunately it looks like to me that there's actually a crack. You can kind of, let me get it. Yeah, you can see that crack that comes down. It starts out horizontally and then it goes that like right into the coil, and all the angry pixies are just escaping. So I'm dead in the water here tonight. I'll try to see if I can pick up a coil tomorrow. Well, there's a waste of most of a day. I got everything cleaned up. Now I get to try to push this thing behind the Jeep. So, yeah. Sucks when stuff like this happens, because then, like, the stuff that I was going to work on plays second fiddle and doesn't get done. So, I probably could have had that piece like totally rewrapped, the roll cage back in, all kinds of stuff today, but it was 110 at one point. It may have even gotten hotter than that, so, but it was miserable. And anyway, just one of them days where you don't get a lot done. But all right, you guys can watch me struggle. This little fish tank that Jenny bought is really cool. That dude's probably lost in there. It's one little fish. Oh, he's right there. I think that's one of them beta, like, fighting fish. So I don't think you can have more than one, but the cats seem to like it. Well, I went down and got a new coil, so hopefully that will solve a lot of the issues I've been having. Whoa guys, check this out. I just replaced this, but look at, when I went to put the boot on, the top of the other coil is literally inside the boot. I didn't even notice when I pulled it off, but check that out. Isn't that crazy? That's how weak it was. And then there's the crack where it was like jumping spark. But yeah, nuts. Alright, I'm gonna try to dig that out and get her reconnected. Okay guys, it's much later in the day. It's a little cooler. Sun's about to go down. Let's see if this pig runs. I'm armed with a flathead screwdriver in case it does, and I need to adjust the carburetor. Oh, okay. Where is the key? Right here. Okie doke. Oh, yeah, my steering lock works again. That's cool. Okay, here goes nothing. Couple pumps. Ready. Oh, she runs. Woo. Yeah, I'm trying to see when I block off this EGR valve what it's going to do. This doesn't make a difference. This one absolutely does though. You hear the difference? There's suction on this guy, and it's actually blowing exhaust gas out of it. So I think I'm going to, this is my dad's trick, put a golf tee in it. So here's what I have so far for my plate. I was sanding it last night a little bit. It's not perfect, but I just need to be able to mark it so I can put a couple holes in it for these bolts to. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I can reuse these bolts or not. They're pretty long. Oh, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Well, I don't think so. What I need to trace is that right there is where that plate needs to go. I'm gonna take this piece of paper. I probably should have grabbed a piece of tape, but hopefully with that high tack on there, it'll just stick and I can mark out the, oh yeah, perfect. Well, unfortunately, I don't have the right size bolts, but I did get the holes drilled in the right spot. If you can see that, I've got the 2 bolts started, and this slides right up. So I did a good job on that. Yeah, so all I need is 2 bolts. So I'll take these down tomorrow, hopefully, and they just need to be real short, like 1/2 inch or less. And I will block that off. So, well, I'm trying to think if I could use the old, if I could put this in front of it for now and leave it blocked off. So I think for now, since I don't have short enough bolts, I can use this. I'll just put it in front of it and tighten the bolts down. So let me go get some high tack. That's what I'm going to use to try to seal it, and hopefully that'll work. If not, I can try to get something else when I'm out. Man, that's hot. Oof. I changed my mind. I'm going to use the exhaust gasket maker stuff because it actually does have exhaust gases that come into one side of it, so that'll be much better than the high tack. Alrighty, I'm going to put some Schmutz on here. And really all I need to do is put it in an oval around the 2 holes there. Oh, you guys can see it right there. Can't really see. That's kind of in your way. But anyway, I just made an oval around those 2 holes. I'll take this feller and just ram it through there. Ram it through there. So there's literally just a steel plate in between the old diaphragm and the deal, so it's blocked off now. That's a far cry from what I thought I was going to get done in this video. I really thought we were going to be able to wrap that back driver's side panel and then do the bed liner above the roll-on bed liner, because I still need to finish the spray-on part and then get the roll cage back in and all that stuff, and I didn't get any of it done because the damn thing decided to quit on me. But we'll tackle that in the next episode. So I think I'm out of time, so I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you guys here very soon in a day or two, and hope you're having a good start to your week. Talk to you soon, guys. Take care. Bye. Really don't want to jinx it, but I think this thing's running as good as it ever did, really. Way better than we were 24 hours ago, so I guess that's all that matters. Alright guys, we'll see you very soon. Take care.